Hi guys, I think I am live and I'm online. So, hi, I'm Corey. Tiffany is traveling today, so we are going to share a few stories of our students that are doing well in the academy and kind of let you know a little bit from their point of view how the academy works. So, let's go to the first story and we're going to see how it's going for Casey.
Hi, my name is Casey James, and I am a student of the Stay at Home Bookkeeper Academy. I came to the Academy in September of 2019, where I purchased the course and got started right away with the Piece of Cake Support Group and the Stay at Home Bookkeeper Academy. The Academy has more than double, triple, quadruple paid for itself for my investment. Actually, this summer I was able to retire my husband, and he has actually started his own business now that we're able to cash flow with the profit from my business. The course was so comprehensive. There are marketing techniques, there are marketing calls, there are quoting calls, there are live office hour calls where you can schedule breakouts to share your screen and be able to get help from a mentor one-on-one. It is really probably the most robust academy for new bookkeepers, for people who haven't even seen QuickBooks before, all the way to people who are CPAs. I mean, there was some of the students that were in there with me were CPAs and just needed more help growing their business on the business side. So Tiffany walks you step by step, literally how to apply for your LLC, how to market to your current, or how to market to get current clients. I think my first client came, it was pretty fast. I mean, within the first couple of months after I got everything set up and going. And I mean, I am well over six figures, maybe multiple six figures this year if I keep going on this route. So really not bad for really my second full year in business. I did buy it in 2019, but it was the end of September. So really the whole end of 2019, I was just trying to make everything perfect, which is another thing that this group is really great for, and this academy is really great for. There is so much mindset and so much inner work in women and men as well, going through this journey of becoming business owners and learning to navigate all of that with everything else that you have going on in your life, and learning how to balance those things. The moral support from people going through the same exact thing that you're going through, and just being able to bounce ideas off them for schedules for kids and when do you work, and you know maybe hiring a nanny. At one point I had a nanny coming 2 days a week, which was awesome, and I have been able to stay home with my children. I can take them to school. I can go to school functions and volunteer at their school and do things, little parties with their school and with their teams, and not feel guilty that I have to take off time for work. I pretty much at this point have 4 employees, and I'm, like I said, making close to multiple six figures at this point, and probably work less than 20 hours a week. So it's completely, absolutely been 100% the best investment that I've ever made. I would pay triple what Tiffany is asking, triple, 100%. You will make it back. You will thrive and succeed if you put forth the effort into doing this. You absolutely have every tool in this academy there should be no excuse why you can't come out your first year making $100,000. My first year, I broke $100,000. My first year, and I didn't even know how to use QuickBooks. So I do not come from an accounting background at all. At all. I actually came from I have a science degree. So I had no idea about accounting. I am all just taught right in time to as I got a new client, I would learn about that client and I would come to the group and ask all of the questions that I needed to ask. And I was able to get through it and learn right along with everybody else. And it has really boosted my confidence. I mean, I can walk around with my shoulders high. I know that things are going to be okay. I don't have to worry about money anymore, which is such a relief to just know that my children are always going to be fed and my bills are always going to be paid. And I have that reoccurring monthly income coming in that blows my mind, the amount of recurring monthly income when I was making, $13 an hour, which is really not a lot. So I was able to replace that within the first 6 months that after I started my business. And it just is, I can't say enough good things. I could go on and on, but I'm not gonna go on and on. But you absolutely will not regret purchasing the course. Like I said, it has more than quadruple paid for itself from my investment. Again, my name is Casey James. You can find me on Facebook if you have any questions, and I'm happy to answer any questions.
That was awesome, Casey. Okay, we've got another really great story that I'm going to share with you. I mean, these women's stories, it's just unbelievably awesome, the things that they've accomplished. So let's go on to the next one.
Hello, I'm Kaylee Douglas. I'm 26 years old and I have a successful bookkeeping firm making $300,000 per year. But I had no prior experience in bookkeeping or accounting at all when I decided to do this. I'd love to share my journey with you so you can know why I decided to do this. Now, I originally went to school in pharmacy and I worked in the pharmacy industry for 6 years. Long hours, overworked, underpaid, and I was ready to start a family. I had my daughter, and when she was 6 months old, I went through a divorce. So I was now on the hunt for a position where I could work from home and be with my daughter and support myself and her. And it seemed like I tried everything. I tried multi-level marketing. I was applying for remote jobs on Indeed. I ended up nannying 6 children from my home and still had to work in the pharmacy a couple days a week. So I was working, it seemed like a lot just so I could be home with my daughter. And it just didn't seem to work out like I was hoping. But I just kept trucking along and looking for the next best opportunity. I got remarried. And shortly after, I came across a Facebook ad for the Stay-at-Home Bookkeeper Academy. And it was not something I was expecting, came out of the blue, but I decided that this was an opportunity I really needed to try. So I purchased the ebook and I read that. I then ended up purchasing the full course and joining the Piece of Cake support group. And within the first 20 to 30 days, I got my first client and I just continued the process. I spent on the clients and I kept learning as I went, and I had amazing support and knowledge from the course to really have a successful business from the beginning. Now, I didn't do this in the beginning to start a large company by any means, or even a medium-sized business. So this was just going to be a side gig, a way for me to make some money and still support my family. and contribute and to give myself purpose and to still be at home with my daughter. But it obviously turned into something way more than that. I was able to completely in the first year double my full-time income from when I worked at pharmacy. And we were able to start building our dream home. I then was able to retire my husband from his full-time job and replaced his income as well. And then we decided to grow our family. So a year ago, we were able to move into our home that we built and have my little boy who's now 1 year old. And because my husband's been able to be home with me, he's been watching the kids. He's been a stay-at-home dad, really. And he decided on his free time at home that he would, he always wanted to get a college degree. So he's been able to accomplish that. And will have his bachelor's degree within the next semester or two, depending on what he decides. But he's getting a degree in computer science. And we've even been talking recently about how he may not even use his degree. He wants to complete it, but he may not, apply for an entry-level position making $60,000 a year in computer science, because he really just can make so much more money helping me and grow the bookkeeping business. So we've been able to do so many things, and opportunities have been endless. And because we've both been home, our 1-year-old just started walking a couple days ago. We were both able to witness his first steps and really be there for our children as they've been growing up little. My daughter's now getting big and starting preschool and stuff. So it's just so exciting. But I've also decided, and this was like a year ago now. So a year ago, I also joined the Inner Circle, which is another program that Tiffany Higgins offers. And I wanted to grow my business bigger than what I had at the time. When I signed up for the Inner Circle, I was probably making just over $100,000 per year. And now I'm making $300,000 per year with only being in that group for 1 year. And I'm so excited because we have a retreat where all of us in the Inner Circle will be able to go to Miami, Florida, and go to the Keys and learn about more ways we can grow our businesses and truly connect and make relationships. But I also have been able to invest money into the Tropical Mastermind, which is a new program Tiffany Higgins just started offering. And I was so excited about it. But we get to go to Jamaica for almost a week and spend time, me and my husband, with her and her husband, and learn the ins and outs of growing a successful bookkeeping firm to 7 figures. And we are on track to make $1 million net very soon. And it's just very, very exciting. I just hired my first full-time employee, and she is phenomenal. And I'm able to offer her an amazing salary with, growth opportunities for her as I grow my business and grow even a bigger team. So I just am so, so grateful for this opportunity that Tiffany Higgins has given to me, and the course work that she has and offers, and all the programs that she has. And she's constantly giving more and more and more such valuable information to her students all the time. And she invests so much time and money into our success so that she can provide us with the top-notch, best resources out there to help us, market our business and to, have a successful team and to be a business owner and an entrepreneur. So it's just really priceless, the opportunities and the things I've been able to accomplish just because of jumping in and starting this with no experience and not knowing what I was doing from the beginning. But I hope to see you in the Piece of Cake support group. I hope to see you in the inner circle. I love the community that Tiffany Higgins has created, and I just thank her a million times over. So anyway, I hope that you were able to connect with my journey and that it is inspiring for you to know that, trust me, I know this is said by people all the time, but if I can do this with the place that I was in and what my life was like, anybody can do this. And I hope that you jump in and take that leap of faith. So, all right. Thank you so much for listening, and I hope to see you in the group.
Another amazing story. These women's stories just keep getting better and better. The things that they've accomplished, it's just unbelievable to sit and to witness. We've got another one, so let's see the next one.
Hi, my name's Chelsea. I joined the Stay at Home Bookkeeper Academy Piece of Cake group November of 2020. I had done the DIY course before that and launched my business in September 2020. Only had one client joining when I joined the course or joined the academy, and they helped me realize the best marketing strategy for me to get clients, helped me with some difficult clients that I didn't know how to handle. They helped me with basics that I didn't know at first because I hadn't gone to school for bookkeeping. I have a business degree, associate business degree, so I had some accounting classes, but not exactly bookkeeping. Without them, without the mentors in there, I would not have been successful at all. And just the mindset and the marketing and the office hours were just so helpful to grow my business. I went from one client to I probably have like 50 now. I'm now a mentor in there. And I'm also in the inner circle. In the inner circle, they've helped me with more marketing strategies and also how to build my team, which I now have a team of people under me. And it has been great to have that support and knowledge of people who have already built a team and before me, and also just the community in there, us helping each other find bookkeepers and account managers and people and VAs and all kinds of people that can help us build our business to however big we want it to be. But yeah, I would not be where I am now with around 50 clients without the Piece of Cake group. I'm very grateful for that.
All right, let's see. We've got a couple more here. Let's share a few more.
Hi, my name is Tiffany Taylor, and I just wanted to share briefly my bookkeeping journey and my decision on why I joined the Inner Circle with Tiffany Higgins and Alyssa Dillon. I started my bookkeeping business actually back in 2015, and at the time I was pregnant with my daughter. I had a young son at home, and I just really craved what this opportunity had. You know, I wanted to be able to have flexible hours. I wanted to be home with my kids. I wanted to, not miss the milestones, and I didn't want to sit at that corporate job any longer with those super long hours and just not a very good work-life balance. months. So, I decided that this was exactly what I wanted to do. So I took my handful of clients and I made ends meet. And, right away I noticed that this is what I was meant to do. I absolutely loved what I was doing. I loved making a difference for my clients. And, I definitely felt that there was this need, this niche of, that was missing. These small business owners didn't really have, somebody to help them with their accounting, to give them that guidance, to prepare their financials, to help them understand those things. So, that was where I felt this is where this is where it was meant to be this whole time. So fast forward a few years later, I definitely did slowly grow my business on my own. I was able to, obtain some more clients through word of mouth, through contacts, things like that. But, I definitely felt like there was something missing. I knew that I could do more. So once the opportunity of the Inner Circle, arrived, I definitely jumped on the bandwagon right away. I had been following Tiffany Higgins for years. I knew her when she was also growing her bookkeeping business, and I had watched her as she grew this amazing community of support with the Piece of Cake group, with the Happy Cake Unit too, all of these things. So I had been in the background kind of watching. And then the same on the other side with Alyssa, like I had watched her marketing strategies, I'd seen her boot camps, all of the things. So I knew that these ladies knew what they were doing. And they were exactly what I needed in my business. So, I joined, and right away, they made a huge drastic difference in my business. I learned techniques and strategies to be able to market my business, to be able to put myself out there more. It not only helped me with just my business, but myself. Like I felt more confident. I was able to speak to people with ease because, I had these tricks. I felt like I had something to offer. And, with this support group, I just really felt just confident with what I was doing, and that I was an expert in this field. And not only did they help me with the marketing strategies, but they also helped me with, looking at my business, taking a deep look into my business, see how things are going. How am I pricing? How am I time managing? How am I as a leader? Because, I did have an employee starting when I started into this Inner Circle, but I wanted to grow more. But I needed tips, I needed strategies, I needed help being that leader for my people. And so let's fast forward. So I've been in this group for about 6 or 8 months. When I first started, I had reoccurring revenue, probably about 15,000, and I did have like 1.5 employees under me, and it was really great. It's like there was, but I knew that I could push myself to the next level, and that's exactly what I did in this group. I was able to get the support and opportunities with this amazing group of women. Anytime I needed anything, every single one of them had my back. If I had a question, I was able to pose it, and somebody came back with an experience or an answer. We share information constantly. Whatever I have is theirs, and they have is mine. It's just really amazing what they grew here and what's happened. So I've been in this group, like I said, maybe about 6 or 8 months. I'm not sure exactly where we're at right now, but I built the business. I now have 5 employees, and some of them are part-time, but 5 employees underneath me. I have recurring revenue currently at about 30,000 a month. And I'm on track to grow myself a $500,000 business next year. So I'm really, really appreciative of everything these ladies have done. I'm appreciative of this group that they allowed me to be in, and all the support they've given me. Tiffany Higgins is always, saying, you'll have a $1 million business. When I first started, or heard her say that, I'm like, yeah, right. That's not going to happen. But no, not only will it happen, but it's going to happen very soon. So thank you for listening. I would love, if you have any questions, please reach out. I would love to help answer them, or if you have any, concerns or whatever, please reach out. I would love to help answer anything that you may have on your mind. So thank you again, and have a great one. Bye.
All right, let's hear from the next one. We've got some amazing stories going, so let's hear from them.
Hello, everyone. My name is Juana Mixon, and I am the owner of Mixon's Bookkeeping Solutions. And I just kind of wanted to talk to you about a little bit about Tiffany and the support group and how awesome they are. So basically, I started working with Tiffany it'll be 3 years. So 3 years in October next month. It'll be 3 years that I've been working with Tiffany. And it has really been a great experience for me, and actually the best decision that I've ever made. I never thought about owning my own business. And after reading her ebook back in 2019, she really encouraged me and inspired me with her story about how she became this awesome bookkeeper and stayed at home with her little one. So before meeting Tiffany, I worked for a merchant processing company, and I did work from home, but the days were like super long. I was extremely bored all the time. I just felt like I was just wasting my life away, and because I really didn't love what I did, I actually hated it. And I remember telling my husband, was like, I need to do something better. I need to do something else, because I just feel like I'm just wasting my life and I'm not making a difference. So I came across her Facebook post where she, offered her ebook and talked about her story and how she became this amazing business owner, and she just inspired me. Next month, I will be celebrating my 3-year anniversary with my business. So I'm super excited about that. And I'm actually making, this year, I'll be making triple the amount of income that I was making when I worked for my corporate America job. So I'm really excited about that. I have 2 bookkeepers, 1 part-time admin, and I'm actually also in the process of hiring an accounts manager as well. So that's going to be, of course, a lot of the stuff that I do. So I couldn't be more excited to about that. So let's see what else. So but it certainly doesn't stop here. So my goal is much bigger than this. And I don't want to just make good money and build a business and hire a couple of people. I'm looking forward to creating this empire, and I know that with Tiffany's help, I definitely can do it. She's inspired me from the get-go. She's continued to inspire me, and everything that she does for us in the support group and also in the inner circle, it's just phenomenal. She's always looking for resources and how to incorporate that, not just in her business, but also for us. She gives us so much good, valuable information. So I'm very grateful for that. And so if you ever thought about, owning your own business, or, just being at home with your little ones and watching them grow up and not missing those special moments with them, I strongly encourage you to say yes. Say yes to the way I said yes, and the way many other bookkeepers said yes, because this has changed our lives for the better, for sure. It's made us stronger, stronger women, entrepreneurs. And I know that our life has changed completely, and mine has. And I'm super grateful. If I was to do it again, I would say yes all over again. So thanks to you, to Tiffany Higgins and the support group and everyone in the inner circle that has truly, truly made an impact in my life and in my family's life. I'm greatly honored and appreciate that. Thank you.
All right. There we go.
Hi, my name is Rajani Thakur, and I just wanted to share a little bit about my experience with the Tiffany Higgins at the Stanton Bookkeeper. I've been part of Tiffany's program since September of 2019. When I came in, I didn't have any professional experience. I have done my own books for multiple small businesses we've had, and I've done my taxes over the years. And so I really didn't have any idea how to use QuickBooks or anything like that. I was a spreadsheet person. And I really felt like I got all the support I needed. Within 30 days of starting, I had my first client, and 3 years later, that client is still with me. The first person that was willing, they knew I was brand new, and they came on with me and have stayed with me. And my first 12 months, I tripled my size of my business, and then I tripled again the next 12 months. And then this year, I have been really working on building my business on the back end side and kind of putting in new systems. I decided at some point in your business, you decide, do you just want a few extra people that you're going to take care of, or do you want to build a firm, or you have a team and you want to do some outsourcing? Like, how are you going to build your business? So I'm kind of in the next stage of my business building now, and I really couldn't have done it without the support team that comes with the Bookkeeper Academy. So we were able to, I feel like I was able to just bring on clients that I wouldn't have been able to bring on earlier in my business because I had support. I had the privilege of about a year into my business being able to mentor other bookkeepers in the Bookkeeper Academy. And I just really love that I can ask questions, I can get help. And honestly, that made it the most valuable for me. Is just the networking I have. Somebody has dealt with the situation, even if I hadn't. So I felt very secure in that. And yeah, I just have really enjoyed this journey. It was different than I ever expected. And I have loved it. I have really loved working with small business owners. It's a passion of mine. And now I have real skills that can help them. I hope you have a great day.
Awesome. These stories are just so amazing what these women have been able to do. It's just phenomenal.
Hi, this is Jamie with Jamie Denny Consulting. I just wanted to say how much the Inner Circle has helped me in my business over the last several months. I signed up in February of 2022 with high expectations. I knew that it was a large investment, but I knew that where I was at in my business, I was needing some mentors. I was needing a community to help me and someone that had the answers to a lot of the questions that I didn't have at the time. I told my husband that these are things that I have been working on trying to scale over the last 2 years. And without the knowledge or the mentors or someone to help me or assist me, I would just tread the water. So I joined the Inner Circle, and it gave me an opportunity to meet lots of other business women that were doing the same thing that I was trying to do, as well as the coaches that were helping us to put all the things in place that we needed to scale our business. It's only been a couple of months, and we've already seen lots of growth, not only within my business, but with everybody else. And the cheerleaders that we are for each other is amazing. I can't say enough about the camaraderie between all of us, and excited to get to see everybody and meet everybody in person in the next month. And we're not done. Like, we still have several months left, and I can't wait to see where that leads us in the next several months, and being able to do it. So it's a great opportunity.
All right, let's listen to another one. I just can't get enough of these stories. They're so fantastic.
Hi, my name's Lauren Keller. I joined the academy, let's see, at the end of 2019, so almost 3 years since I last launched my business. And the biggest difference, I guess, or what really helped me from the academy is just the confidence and that framework to launch a business, telling me exactly what steps I need to take. The partnerships that came on with that through Gusto and ADP and the CDG group have been very helpful. Income streams as well, to have those partnerships with brands. But really, launching my business and joining the academy really changed my life. My husband graduated medical school just a few months ago, so we were a year and a half into medical school. This was a career change for him. So he hadn't worked or had an income in close to, let's see, 5 years when I started this. And I completely supported our family through him finishing medical school and now even residency. He is still not making that much money as a resident, but a little bit. But we are putting all of his money into retirement because I can support us in every other aspect. We just bought a house and put in a pool, and we remodeled the whole floor, and all thanks to the significant retirement and the support that Tiffany, her team, her business structure has given to me as a business owner. The confidence to work from home, to charge the money that I do. I pride myself when I think to clients, I'm not going to be the cost leader, I'm not going to be cost effective for you, but I know my quality is going to be far and above anybody else that you find. And that's all thanks again to Tiffany and the academy.
Oh my gosh, I just absolutely love these.
Hello, my name is Ashley and I joined the Bookkeeper Academy in October of 2020. I had had my first baby in February of 2020 and I had quit my teaching job that summer to stay home with her. And just really needed an opportunity to bridge the gap between just being a one salary family at that point. And so I joined the Bookkeeper Academy to just pick up a couple clients so that we could have some extra, like going out to dinner, going on vacation, saving, things like that. And I joined, like I said, just to get a couple of clients, but within a year was making pretty much what I was making as a teacher. I worked really hard, but I worked around my daughter's schedule. I ended up getting pregnant with a second baby and had him October of 2021. So about a year after I joined the Bookkeeper Academy, and was able to work from home through all of this, keep on gaining clients, and it was really life-changing for my family to have a steady income, but also have a parent that was home with our kids and to be able to raise them. And now I work more than just from home. I do have some childcare, and now this year, super exciting. I'm on track to make $100,000 this year, which when I started was never part of the plan, but that has been really exciting. So working part-time hours and outsourcing some work to a contractor. We've been able to go on vacations, not sweat about inflation, be able to go out to dinner with our family and not really think twice about it, and be able to give and be generous with our time and our money. And that has just been a huge blessing to us and to others, and just to really have more time with our kids, but also not have to financially worry too much. So the Bookkeeper Academy has definitely been a huge blessing. It's really changed my life in unexpected ways to be able to learn this new skill, launch a business, and really work hard to make it successful. But maintaining it is rather simple now that I have it up and going after 2 years.
All right, let's listen to Lacey's story.
Hey guys, I wanted to hop on here and give you a couple of tips as to why you might want to consider joining the Piece of Cake support group, and then eventually why you would want to and need to upgrade your subscription to the Inner Circle. So my name is Lacey, and I've been doing QuickBooks bookkeeping now for just over a year. I didn't even take on my first client until after I joined the Piece of Cake support group, because I knew I was going to need support. I'd not done bookkeeping before. Now, as a full disclosure, I was an accountant prior, but bookkeeping is totally different than accounting. So I had never touched QuickBooks. I had never done per se bookkeeping. So I needed to learn from the ground zero. So I, like you, started with the Have Your Cake and Eat It Too group, and it offered lots of good suggestions, but I knew, excuse me, that I was going to need more than what they could offer there. So I joined the Piece of Cake support group, and I have felt completely supported throughout the entire time that I've been doing my QuickBooks journey. Anytime I have questions, I can search, I can often find answers, I can post and we'll get comments almost immediately. And it has given me information on how to price my services, how to market my services, and just generally how to handle clients and their demands. So that has been invaluable to me. So within the first 3 months that I was doing bookkeeping, I was above $5,000 a month. And within the first 6 months of bookkeeping, I was over $10,000 a month. And now I became a member of the Inner Circle about 3 months ago. And the past 2 months have been my highest months ever. So the support that you receive in the Piece of Cake support group is invaluable. The opportunities to listen to the calls or to schedule breakout sessions and to get the support you need from the admins and the moderators in the group has been a huge help for me, and I know it will be for you too. So don't hesitate definitely look at the Piece of Cakes support group. I know before you start making income, it may seem counterintuitive to join a group where you have to pay to be a member. But I'll tell you what, it will launch your bookkeeping experience so much faster and so much better if you get into that group and have the support. And another thing that it has done for me is I don't hesitate to tell my clients if they have any questions that I'm not able to answer, that I'm part of a network of bookkeepers, accountants, and I have resources to be able to get answers to your questions if I don't immediately know the answer. And I've had several clients who thought that was just a really cool support group. And I think it may have helped them sign with me knowing I had that support. So I hope that helps. Like I said, definitely Piece of Cake support group. And then eventually you're going to need the inner circle like I did. So best wishes to you. Thanks. Bye.
I'm telling you, these stories are amazing, and you see them every day. Somebody is posting something in the group about something they've done they weren't sure that they could do, and they are totally surpassing their goals and making new goals, and it's just phenomenal to watch. So I think we've got a couple more here. We've got a little bit more time that we can share, so let's share a couple more. Here, give me just a second.
Hi, this is Sylvia. I joined the academy end of June, and I applied for LLC and opened a bank account right after. And then I started advertising for my business on Facebook, and I sent emails to business owners. And within a week, I was able to find my first client. I did some back work for 2021 and 2022, and he was so happy with my work and decided to move forward with my service. After that, I found my second client. He also needed back work, and he was also happy with my service, so he hired me as a monthly bookkeeper. So within a month, I was able to find 2 clients, 2 recurring clients, and I also joined the BNI group, and I joined the Chamber of Commerce. I talked to 3 different CPAs, and they're happy to partner with me. One of them said he's so busy with tax preparation and he doesn't have time for bookkeeping anymore. So he's happy to outsource the bookkeeping work, which is a really great opportunity for me. I also went over QuickBooks training, and I passed the QuickBooks Pro Advisor exam. So now I'm also QuickBooks Pro Advisor certified. I'm so excited about this, and now I can list my batch and all the advertising I do for my business. Everything, it's been a lot of work, but it's been so rewarding, and I'm so happy to be part of the academy. The academy just changed my life, and thank you so much to Tiffany Higgins and all the mentors that are here for me to help me with all the questions I have. It's so great to know that you have so much support from the academy. Because of them, I'm able to grow my business. And I always think about what Tiffany Higgins says, have your cake and eat it too. Being a business owner, it's a great opportunity because you get to eat the cake and not your boss. And again, I just want to say thank you. It means a lot to me. I'm just so grateful that I can open and grow my business and be part of the academy. Thank you.
Another awesome story. There are so many, hundreds and hundreds of these amazing women and men that have created their own business and started a new life for their families. It's just unbelievable. And a little background, I have known Tiffany since elementary school. I've watched her as she's built this business and this platform for all these women to succeed. And that's all she's ever wanted, is just for these women to be able to have the opportunity to be moms and to be home and to work around their own schedule. And it's just absolutely amazing to watch it happen. So I hope you all are having a great week, and please drop any questions you have in the comments and we'll get those answered for you. And Tiffany will be back next week. We'll see you then.